Yo, big up on yourself, you don't know. A yard man opinion, you know. Yeah, man.
Yo, welcome to the Art and Opinion YouTube channel. Man, I got an interesting topic today. As a Jamaican, I'm constantly asking myself, has our society become numb to crime? It's a question that's on the minds of many of us, and in this video I'll be sharing my thoughts and opinion on the topic. First off, let's take a look at the statistics. According to data from the Jamaica Constabulary Force, in 2020, there were 1,657 murders reported across the country. That's an average of about 4 murders per day. It's undeniable that crime is a major problem in Jamaica. But the question is, have we become so used to it that it no longer affects us? It's disturbing to think about kids whose brains aren't even fully developed being exposed to multiple dead bodies. It's not normal for this to be a regular occurrence in the country. But beyond that, just the physical impact of crime, there seems to be a strange fascination with it in Jamaican society. Why do people crave videos of accidents where passengers have died or murdered? What do they get out of it? And why are there group chats filled with talks of guns, crimes, and people committing disgusting acts against each other? Well, to understand this phenomenon, let's take a real-life example of a young man who grew up in a tough neighborhood and joined a gang because he saw it as a way to protect himself and his family. Through the use of storytelling, we can illustrate the impact of a violent culture and lack of opportunities on this young man's life and how it could have been different if he had access to alternative paths. It's really clear that the culture in Jamaica has made crime seem normal. From the music to the community, children as young as 8 are being violent towards teachers, and high school students are committing violent crimes against each other. It's actually quite alarming that some kids are even proud to go to schools with a reputation of violence. I don't think this is okay. Of course, it's not fair to blame all of this on the kids. They don't really have role models, do they? I don't really think so. They aren't old enough to make informed decisions yet. The blame falls on the parents and the culture. On one hand, more needs to be done to educate and support kids from primary schools all the way through high school. But here's the thing. It's worth noting that violent crime is much less common in colleges and universities across the country. This is likely because those who attend universities are focused on their future and they don't really have time for fighting. So, how can we foster this same mentality in high school students? To answer this question, let's take a look at an infographic showing the correlation between education and crime rates. As the level of education increases, the crime rate decreases. It starts at home, with parents taking responsibility for their children's upbringing. There needs to be a decrease in the number of single-parent households in the country. And women have a role to play in this. They have a role to play by not having children with men who aren't their husbands or don't have the proper upbringing to raise a family. And I know this sounds controversial, but there are way too many single-parent households in the country, and it's ruining the lives of kids. On the other hand, there should also be more assistance for kids and parents in tough neighborhoods to help them improve their circumstances. And look, this doesn't have to be a handout, but rather an opportunity for people to better themselves and their kids. Personal accountability is also crucial. There should be no sharing of criminal activity on social media unless it is to solve a crime. I think parents should also be monitoring their kids, especially teenagers and their friends. Know who your kids are hanging out with. Another thing is to Kids needs to be occupied and out of trouble. There should be more recreational activities in primary and high school. Additionally, investing in trade schools around the country, I think that could provide more alternative paths for young people. Finally, and this is going to rub some people the wrong way, getting rid of capture lands, zinc fences, and other places where criminals can easily hide would be a step in the right direction. In conclusion, it's important to recognize that crime is a complex issue that has become ingrained in Jamaican society, but it's not something that we have to accept as the norm. By addressing the root cause of crime, such as poverty, lack of education, and a violent culture, we can work towards creating a safer and more just society for all Jamaicans. So, what do you think? Do you agree that Jamaicans have become numb to crime, or do you see things differently? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Yardman Opinion YouTube channel for more of my opinion. Little more.